Hello and welcome to my craft room. It's a Sunday afternoon and I just wanted to take some time and craft and show you what I've been up to. So the first thing I've done is, or worked on, how is everybody by the way? I hope you're doing fine. Is I took, I've been watching all this fast, slow stitching on Facebook, and I decided that what I wanted to do was make a piece of fabric. So I have this big bag I showed you last time of all my fabric scraps. So I laid them down and I did some sewing, and then the next thing I did was I laid down these white spots, and then I was looking at, well, what do I do next? And I had been gifted this yarn in a swap, and I thought, oh, doesn't that make that look kind of wild jewelry, woman of the world, boho kind of look, and I really liked how it went. So I started laying that down, and of course I ran out of the yarn before I could get up here. So I'm hoping that I can find some more of this yarn somewhere, and then I will finish this, and then I'll go over it again to catch all these pieces that are up. And then I'll put it aside until I need a journal cover like this. I really enjoyed doing this, making this. One of my girlfriends, Liz from Papercraft, Liz's Papercraft, she has a little store, and I don't know, I might just make some of these up and let her sell them for me, because I just enjoy doing them and I don't really have the need for a whole lot of I'm just looking for her card here. Liz the Paper Project. So I might see if she wants to put some of them up on her shop and see if they sell. And if not, I'll get them back, and I'm sure eventually I'll use them for something. Anyway, that's one of the things that I've been doing. And the other thing that I did is I continued to work on my She Is a Beauty journal, and what I did was I finished the cover. So I've added some sari silk in my favorite color, which is this blue, of course, and it's not ironed and shedding terribly, so it's not going to come out very well, but I will, before I get it finished and decide what I'm going to do with it, I will get that done. So I added some bridal lace. So there's this back of it, and that's what it looks like on either side, and then the sari silk goes through. This is the front with this little applique there. And I did the front pages. I may have showed you that already. And I've continued to decorate tags. We're going to work on some of that today. I have the back page to do yet. I have the paper picked out. So this is almost done. Almost finished. So, and I've done that. So those are the two pieces that I've primarily done. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make this large tag for the journal. I'm going to use this piece of paper, and what I want to do is I want to capture that image. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue. So this is an old book page, and rather than throw it out, I'm going to glue it together. I hope you're able to hear me okay. I'm not using the mic. It's really irritating me that it's strangling me, so I'm going to stand up and speak near the microphone of my iPad and see if I can't make myself be heard. And the other thing, of course, you're noticing that I have this piece of fabric down here, and it's because, well, I need to get a Tim Holtz sheet, or I need to get something down here so that I can not have it so messy. It's just too messy. I need to get rid of this cutting board and get something different there. So I have it down here so that I can keep what I'm working on relatively clean. And actually the piece of fabric that I was using became the back to this, so you can see where I've used some dyes on it, and that's totally fine because there'll be another page, there'll be another fabric added over top of that. Alright, so now that I've glued it together, I need to, what I will do is, I don't know if you can see, but I can sort of see through the paper. So now I'm going to get out my art glitter glue, and I'm going to glue this. I will zigzag around it, so it's going to get, it'll be down there. So the Christmas tag books that I make for the Salvation Army in our area, I've had 5 books in there and they haven't sold and they haven't sold, and that's okay. Well, on Friday when I arrived to do my volunteer shift, if they hadn't all 5 been bought by the same woman who bought them last year. So I need to now make some more. So I'm sure the next few videos that I will share with you, our Sit, Craft, and Chat, will be me making those books. Alright, so let's see how I did at capturing the picture that I wanted. Oh, I've been doing something else too. I was watching Gail Agostinelli, and she laid postcards down on her page, on her table, and then used, basically glued on top of the backs of them, different pieces of paper. So I did the same thing, only I used index cards because I don't have lots of postcards, but I do have lots of index cards to make some decorated backs. Oh good, I got that the way I wanted it, so that's nice. And I really enjoyed it. It was something I could do while I was watching TV, and I really enjoyed it. I'll just step over and get some of them for you so you can see them. So we'll swap this out for a minute. So what I did was I laid them, oops, like this on my table. And I had some medieval mirage papers from that I used a couple of years ago. So laid down like this, and then you start by laying down paper in these corners to hold them together, and then you cut them apart. So again, when I turned them over, what I got were these. I really like them. I think that they will work very nicely into decorating them for specific journals. Now I did a whole bunch, and of course I can't find them, where I added labels and writing pages to them, and I really like that. So this is done. So now I need to add, and what happened last time is if I add just lined paper here, it shows through. So I want to add a different piece of paper there so that it doesn't show through. So just one minute, I'm going to get some cardstock. So I've got a piece of brown cardstock, so I'm going to glue this down again. And as I said, it adds strength, and then the writing paper on the back will not be see-through. I also was watching Tracy Fox do her folio, and when we can travel again, I am quite sure that I'm going to make that for my traveling journal. Alright, so that's done. Cut that out. So now I'm going to add some lined paper to the back of it. And I have some of that paper that I do in the winter time where I just sprinkle water on it, put it by the fireplace, turn a few pages and do it again. So that's nice. Now I think I'll use this and then smooth it out more. This glue is getting thick. I don't know, does anybody know how you can thin tacky glue so it comes out easier? Alright. Put the lid on my tacky glue. Thin it out so that it's not wobbly. Alright, so now does this tag need anything, or are we just going to leave it the way it is? No, I don't think I'm going to use that. This word Edwardian. Now I have no idea if she is an Edwardian lady or a Victorian lady. Don't know. And I think I'd like to put a piece of lace or a piece of, oh, I like that behind it. Alright, so we can cut that. that goes there and I fray it. Is that a frayable edge? No, I have to cut that. Whoops, sorry, there's my thread jar. Now because I cut that on an angle, it might not fray very nicely. I don't know, I have to see. So if that's like that, and I take the Edwardian, and I have to go to the other room. Get my okay, so there's that. Does it need a flower? Yeah, that looks nice. Okay, so I'm going to get out my Fabri-Tac, fabric glue. My girlfriend Barb, who got the Bee Journal, watches these and wondered why we use so many different glues. And wouldn't it be nice if one glue did everything? Really, the most expensive part of making a journal, if you're using digitals, it's the ink for your printer, and then it's the glue. Other than that, everything is really things that you're salvaging from other places. All right, is that enough? I think it is. Just gonna get a gold one would be best. I probably want to zigzag that before I put that on, because it's not going to go, the machine's not going to go over that very well. So let's take a look at the back of this and see what we want to do on the back, if anything. that on there. Okay, it's telling me my battery's getting low, so we may stop in a few minutes. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to put that on like that at the bottom of this, and then when the glue dries, zigzag it and put the tab on it, and I will come back when my battery's charged up. So I'm back and the tag is sewn. It's the next day. I added, well, we put this on the Edwardian, and I added the rivet here, and I zigzagged around the whole thing, and then on the back I added, as we put it here, this piece here, and that will go in the journal. There's a top loading pocket somewhere in here. Right, there's one. And so that will sit in there like that. So that tag is done. I also said I was going to find the other index cards that I made. So these are the ones that I finished. It has, this one I used just old pieces of book page that I had, so you can see a pattern there, and music paper there, and then I added this stamp, and I don't know who I got that from, this word, and then a place for them to write, and then on the back is plain. So these are the other set of index cards that I finished. It's kind of exciting when you cut them out to see how they've ended up. So thank you, Gail, and whoever inspired Gail to do this. They make a nice little set. All right, so let's get started on the next tag. So this is a large index tag that I have spritzed with my little sprayer of coffee. So I want something on this half face. Put a piece. Okay, so that looks all right there. And I need something to go down here. Hall's Bazaar, household necessity. That looks all right. Just picking out the pieces of ephemera. Fancy bonnets. Okay, like that. And then the fancy bonnets underneath it. I think I want a piece of lace. Not that piece of lace. Ah, that's what I've been doing wrong. Lace on the wrong edge. Okay. So I like this one. So let's put that one down first. I can never tell which is the right side with these. My son-in-law made, and daughter, she made the inside, she made the inside of the pie, and he makes the pastry. But he makes the most amazing pie pastry. And she made the most amazing apple filling. Problem was is that she made artisan bread, which was lovely. Not a problem that she made it. So we had a lovely piece of homemade bread, and then we had, where did it go? Did I take it with me over here? Did I throw it on the floor? I must have another one. So we had chili and homemade bread. All very tasty and wonderful. And then we had this apple pie. Well, here's where the dilemma comes in, or the problem, is our son-in-law cut us a huge piece. And of course you can't say no when someone cuts you a piece of pie. So we had to eat it. The outcome was delicious. We enjoyed it. But neither Paul nor I slept well last night. Digesting our pie. But it was just very nice being over at their house for dinner. Kind of reminded you of what things can be like. Lots of good laughs and now I saw some labels in here, and I wonder if I want to lay down some labels. Oh, I don't think I do. I know this is dangerous. And it was. But at least gives me a start. Okay. Get out the art glitter glue, which is here. And again, I will sew around this tag. Oh, I like that. It's, I always find it good to have things sitting out on your desk that you could just have at hand to add. Like, I wouldn't have thought to go back in and get that, and yet that looks very nice there. And now I'm going to add a piece of lace. So I'm going to grab some sewing scissors. Bunch it up, make it not look so cut. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. And I think I'm going to put that there. Now you don't need to see me fussy cut that out, so I will be back. Alright, so now gluing that down. Now I had thought I'd put that there. However, I kind of like it right there, kind of drawing your eye there. So I am going to, did I put that down last? Yep. The butterfly will be resting on the word and oops, I need to make sure you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to offset this a little bit, knowing that I'm going to put the butterfly there. And because it's going to be on lace end paper, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac. So I use a card to help press it down so that I don't have it stick to my fingers, which it can do. So that is the front done, and I'm going to zigzag around it, and then on the back, what am I going to add? Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this. Okay, I like that. Oh, sorry, I haven't got this light on now. That'll make the color better. I like that, so that's what it's going to be. Alright, so we'll lay this down first, and because it's paper on paper, I'm going to use my art glitter glue. And then the next will be layer will be the Fabri-Tac, putting lace on paper. And then we'll put this little in the middle, and then add this one on the side. Alright, so that goes down last, this goes down next, and again I'm back to the Fabri-Tac. Alright, so there is the back done. There is the front. What I'm going to do is off camera sew around it And then we made 2 tags today. And I will, as I always do, post pictures of what we made at the beginning of the video. Thank you so much for coming along today and supporting me and my crafting and giving me someone to talk to. I hope you have a great week. Thank you so much. Bye now.